Someone wants to silence a jazz singer, obviously a music lover, on Diagnosis Murder in half an hour. Now on BBC1, things aren't adding up for Joe.
It's a daughter-dad thing. Indulge me. No, I'm not being sarcastic, Emily.
Remind me?
I bet Donna a fiver that you would be the last with your audit figures.
Well, I'd say you just lost a fiver.
Yeah.
Want to go through now, Mr. Khan? Oh, I told you.
No, the answer's no. Yes, no.
Another fiver says he hasn't finished.
Because I haven't got time to argue. Because I've got work to do.
Joe?
2 minutes. You're going where? Emily, this is silly. How can you be going to a party? God, I thought you said you had to stay in and study. Well, so unless you invoke the law of quantum physics, then you can't be in two places at once, can you? No, I'm not being sarcastic. I am telling you that you cannot write 4,000 words and go out on the razzle with your mates. Come on. Boring I may be, but I also happen to be right. No, I don't want to speak to your mother. Listen, Emily. No. All right, then, don't listen. Great. Guess what?
She hung up. As a long-suffering mother of 3, let me give you some advice, Joe. She's not listening, so whatever you say doesn't matter. Best not to worry.
Worry? Why should I worry? She doesn't.
Well, of course she doesn't. She's already at her friend's house, isn't she? Wriggling into a miniskirt and generally trying to look 25. Would you like to make a real difference to my day?
I know. Audit figures.
Without which I cannot do a quality and outcomes framework showing the government how jolly good we are and getting us extra funding. So, I need those figures by tomorrow.
What?
Tomorrow, Joe. Everybody else has done theirs.
You wanted me to concentrate on my diabetics. I've got a blood pressure check booked next week for Mr. Fuller, ditto Mrs. Harris and Mr. Lee. If Mr. Mukherjee turns up with his cholesterol...
Well, why don't you show it all to me when you're up to speed? I owe you another fiver.
Julia, how am I supposed to do this by tomorrow?
I don't know, Joe. It's not my problem, is it? I mean, you have known about this for days.
Yeah, and what have I been doing? Seeing patients, making referrals.
And generally being a very good doctor, yes, but this is bookkeeping. Now, it's a pain, I know, but unless I get all the figures in, I cannot apply for funding.
And points mean praises.
Well, if you want to think of it as a game show, go ahead. I'm here to make sure we win. OK, look, if you get this to me by 10 o'clock tomorrow, I'll buy you lunch. Well, soup and a sandwich. What, you got a better offer?
I could buy you a drink. Excuse me, we're just about to close. Lucky for me, I'm just in time then.
Look, by the time you get this, you'll probably be nursing a hangover, but I'd still like to talk to you.
So what time do you close then?
About 2 minutes ago.
But you're still open, right? What have I done?
Do you want to tell me what you want?
I thought I'd book a week in Iron Appa. What do you think I want? You are a doctor's surgery, right? And you are still open. Strange as it may seem, I want a doctor.
And are you on someone's list? Well, if you're not on someone's list, you've got more chance of going to Eye Napa. You have to be registered with a doctor.
OK, so I'm not on some stupid list. I just need a word with a doctor.
Well, do you want to tell me what it's about?
It's personal. Look, it's personal. I really need a word with a doctor. Please.
If you tell me your name, I might be able to help you. On the other hand, I have been here since 8:30 this morning. My feet are killing me and I'd just as soon go home.
It's Josie.
Right. Josie from where?
Does it matter?
Well, you're obviously not from round here.
And what's so great about being from round here? It's Josie McCrae. Josie, Gabriella, Linda, Adrienne McCrae. What?
Are you busy?
Donna, do you really think I'd be wading through this lot if I had time to do anything else?
Yeah, well, it's whether you'll visit me in prison after I've committed murder. That's the question. I've got a little madam standing in reception asking to see a doctor.
Well, I thought we just closed.
Yeah, you try telling her that. And she's just wandered in off the car park with her clothes hanging out of a bunch of carrier bags.
Well, can't Jimmy see her?
No, Jimmy's still with Mr. Khan. It's no use looking at me. She wants to see a doctor.
Well, it's no good looking at me. I've got to do this.
OK, so I'll just go and kill her then, shall I?
You should notice the difference in a few hours, Mr. Khan. If you still feel ill this time tomorrow, or if you find that those don't agree with you, then give me a call and we can see about something alternative. In the meantime, the bedtime reading.
Donna, if this is some kind of joke...
I wish she was here. She looked like she worked for Oxfam. Wait here. What do you think you're doing?
What does it look like? I want to have a word with the cleaners in this place, by the way. These sinks are pure minging.
Do you want to tell me what's going on?
Josie, Gabriella, Linda, Adrienne McCrae, I presume.
And who the hell are you? Dr. Livingston?
If you'd like to take a seat. I was told you wanted to see a doctor.
Doesn't he mean I want to see you?
Well, I'm Dr. Fenton, Joe Fenton. I've got a little bit of paperwork to get through this evening, but if you'd like to tell me what's wrong with you, I'll see what I can do.
I want to see a woman. I want to see a woman doctor. I don't want to see a man.
Look, this might be easier if you sat down. If you really want to see a woman doctor, there's my colleague, Dr. Woodson. She's very good. We also have an excellent practice nurse. Either of them would be very happy to see you, but they won't be back until the morning. So, since I'm here, maybe you should talk to me. How about I take down a few details?
I'd have filled it out if she hadn't been so stupid.
So I'll take some details and show them to Dr. Woodson in the morning.
What sort of details?
Well, it's no big deal. Basic information about who you are, your home address, that sort of stuff. Since she's not your GP, I will need to give Dr. Woodson a history of any illnesses you may have had, any medication. Oh, that's quite a name you got there.
You can keep it.
So, what's the name of your GP?
It's Dr. Sheedy, Margaret Sheedy, at the Rosemore Heights Clinic.
Where's that?
It's in Glasgow. I'm staying with my auntie down here. You don't believe me, you can ring her. Ring her.
Who says I don't believe you?
You don't have to say it. What? What? I've told you I'm staying with my auntie.
What about your family? Do they know you're here?
Well, they don't think I've been kidnapped by aliens.
If I were to give a call to your mum on that phone, what would she say?
Doubt if you'd get any answer. We cancelled the contract on her mobile last week. She hasn't paid the bill for 6 months.
What about your dad?
He's in Durham.
What's he doing in Durham?
7 years. Okay, so what? He got arrested. He got 7 years for aggravated burglary, right? So my mum says she can't look after me now that he's gone, and I'm down here to stay with my auntie. Only she's gone out and forgotten to leave me a key. You asked me, they should have given him a lethal injection.
Who?
My dad. It's pretty funny, though, the way he got nicked. Reminds me of a joke. Do you want to hear it? It's a killer.
Not now, no.
Oh, but it's a killer.
I hesitate to ask this, Josie, but why exactly do you want a woman doctor? I mean, you've come here with all your clothes, so it seems, in plastic bags. You tell me you've left home. It looks as if you left in a hurry. Now, anything you say in this room will be in strict confidence as a patient. But I would rather know than have to try and guess.
I need contraception.
Contraception?
I want to be put on the pill. I'm 16, right? I'm 16 and you can do that. I want you to put me on the pill. Look, you can do this for me.
No, I can't. Not just like that.
Why not?
It's not that simple.
You said anything in here was between me and you, confidential.
It is.
So what's the problem?
The problem is that you've told me you need contraception, but I still don't know the first thing about you. I don't know you, do I? You just walked in off the street.
Okay, I walked out on my mum just over a week ago because she's really started getting on my nerves.
So why do you need to go on the pill?
Because I've got a boyfriend down here. Doesn't he want me messing around with condoms? Look, it's not me who wanted to come here, it's my boyfriend. Okay, I lied about the auntie. I'm staying with my boyfriend. My boyfriend thinks it's best if I'm on the pill. What? What?
I need to get some more information for you before we carry on. So just sit tight there a minute, will you? Donna, could you keep an eye on her?
Joe, okay?
Yep, I think so.
Everything all right?
Well, I've got a 16-year-old runaway telling me she wants to go on the pill. Apart from the fact that that's her boyfriend, everything's fine.
Now, if you want my advice, whatever you say, you're bound to be wrong.
Donna, could you give a call to social services? See if they're missing a Josie McCray.
Why?
Well, let's just say I'm concerned.
What, because she doesn't want to speak to her own doctor?
Actually, no, I want you to find the number of Dr. Margaret Sheedy, somewhere called the Rosemore Heights Clinic. It's in Glasgow. She's a GP. I just think she's at risk. Indulge me, OK?
Okay. Have you nicked anything, if that's what you're thinking? Listen, it's been nice, but...
Where are you going?
Well, haven't you got anything to stay for?
How about some help and advice?
How about you just missed your chance?
All sorted, princess?
I'll see the window.
What are you doing?
Checking to see if Michael Schumacher's a patient. I've seen him before. I did a house call a couple of weeks back. Some grotty little house up near the bus station. Said he'd sprained his wrist and wanted some painkillers. Apart from explaining that we weren't casualty, it was his bathroom that interested me. 6 toothbrushes and an industrial-sized tub of adhesive.
You saying he's on drugs?
Never quite had the conversation. Here we go. Carl Davey. He says she's 16.
Yeah.
He's 32.
Oh. Is that his address?
Now, you know whatever she said in there you can't disclose?
I think she's at risk.
Okay, well, maybe she is, but you still need to talk to her before you go discussing things with him.
Yes. Thank you.
I'm just saying, you can't speak to him.
Do you want the bad news?
The bad news is I've just let a young girl walk out of my surgery back to a boyfriend who's 32.
No. The bad news is I've just had an email from Dr. Sheedy. Josie McRae's 14.
I'm a bit concerned about her boyfriend. It's a Leatherbridge address. Carl Davey. The girl's a runaway. She's 14. I have reason to believe that the boyfriend may be involved in drugs. I'm Dr. Fenton. I'm a GP. No, I've already tried social services. Well, look, how about because you're the police? She's 14. She's from Glasgow. She's a temporary patient. I wondered if you could look up the boyfriend on the computer and maybe see if he's on the level. No, okay, yeah, I know. But she's in the flat now. So you'll get someone here as soon as you can?
Where are you going?
No, I don't know how long she's going to be there.
Get off me, Carl! I'll be keeping the bed warm for you, Princess. I know you'll be back. I'm irresistible.
Have you been following me?
Yes, I have. Do you fancy a cup of tea? I want you to tell me your joke.
This is a danger. The patient service will now depart for a Messiah member. That's all passengers to Payton. The coach will now depart for a Messiah member.
Been a while, then. Since you've eaten.
It's what comes from having 3 older brothers.
Do you want anything else?
I want to know what you're really doing here.
I really don't know. I'm concerned.
I'm fine.
So what just happened?
What's it to you?
Well, you were clearly upset.
I can look after myself. Do I look okay? So let's just take it that I am. Carl couldn't hurt a fly. He's all talk.
Do you know what I think? I think you're at risk and you shouldn't be here. You're 14.
You've been checking up on me.
It really doesn't matter how I know. You're 14 and you're with him and he's trying to get you on the pill. You tried to see Dr. Clay, didn't you, when he came round to Carl's flat?
What if I had?
Well, if you told us what was going on, we could have given you some of these.
You think I need this? Just what do you think I am?
It's not what I think you are, Josie, that I'm worrying about. It's that you're a 32-year-old addict for a boyfriend. Is where you're going to end up.
Look, will you stop bothering me? I'm fine. You've bought me some chips, you've helped me out. Save yourself the worry, just go.
I'll go when I'm ready.
fine. Stay.
So how long have you been here?
2 weeks.
What happened in Glasgow?
I told you. I don't get on with my mum, she doesn't get on with me. I said one thing too many. So I took 50 quid out of her purse and got the first bus going anywhere.
How did you meet Carl?
Ended up in here. He bought me chips as well. It's more fun with Carl than living with her.
Is it? There's a coach going to Glasgow. We're leaving at 8:35.
Good luck, Tit.
No, I couldn't help you out with the fare.
Who was the girl in the photograph? The one on your desk?
It's my daughter, Emily.
Haven't you got enough to worry about with her?
Yes, I have, more than enough. She's studying art in America, in Boston. Means you don't see her much.
Why has she gone all the way to America?
She's with her mum.
You divorced?
Yes, well and truly divorced. Emily thinks I'm just a voice on the end of the phone. She's a very independent young lady. Truth is, I am just a voice on the end of the phone. And the longer we leave it, the worse it seems to get.
Why don't you go over and see her?
Why don't you go home to your mum in Glasgow?
Because it isn't that simple.
Well, then we're both in the same boat, I reckon. Except that I've got a nice warm house to go to. I've got my friends here, and presuming I get through the night, I've got a good job. Also, I'm 49, you're 14, and with some bloke you don't really know.
This is a diagnosis.
What I'm asking you is, what do you want to do?
I don't want to go back to Glasgow.
What if I made a call to your mum?
Forget about my mum and my dad. She's sad and he's pathetic.
Okay, so maybe let's think about you.
I am thinking about me. I hate my parents and they hate me. Taking the pressure off all round.
Yeah, well, that was the other reason I came, apart from wanting to hear your joke, because I don't think you are taking the pressure off at all, Josie. In fact, I think you're adding to it. My worry is that you're running away. Maybe you want a minute to think
About what?
about what you really want to do. Yes.
Want to hear my joke?
Well, I need something to cheer me up.
Told you already, it's a killer. You don't laugh at this, you must be dead. Okay. It's this burglar, right? He goes into a garage, while his mate goes next door into a warehouse looking for fireworks. Okay? So anyway, the police come and find them there, and one of them's drinking battery acid, while his mate next door is eating fireworks. That's what happened.
What happened?
The police charged the first one and let the other one off. Good one, eh? Just think my mum will get it.
No, not I hope.
A rescued mother is cared for, but things aren't looking so good for her baby in an emotional day in the orangutan diary, tonight at 7 here on BBC One. Next this afternoon, 70s singer Helen Reddy guest stars in Diagnosis Murder. The one to watch tonight.